Hi, this is Kazlan Pawpaws. So as well as the pawpaw patch, I've got other fruit trees here, which I showed in my first garden tour. This is the Nikita's Gift persimmon tree. It does need pruning. I can see in the middle here, there's a couple of water shoots that need to go. There's another one down there. I'm just going to prune back um, some of the long shoots there. There's one there as well. That needs to sort of be shortened. I don't want shoots to grow into the tree, into the center. I want to keep the center open into a vase-like structure. I don't want crossing limbs. I don't want parallel limbs. There's another water shoot I can see up there. There it is. And also I want to just thin out some of the growth as well. So persimmon does flower on the current year's growth, so I'm not losing any fruit, so to speak. But if I were to leave this as it is, then I will get too much foliage, and the fruit may not ripen at the end of the day. Okay, so it's a good job that I have a backdrop of the fir trees at the back. You can see the structure as it is now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the phone away and then go into my trusted knot ladder, um, and just prune away, and then I'll come back at the end with the end result. The cuttings that come out will be available as signed wood on eBay, so do look out for that. Nikita's Gift. But okay, so I'm just going to get on and do it now. Okay, there we have it. I've taken out a lot of all the water shoots and trimmed some of the branches that are going in parallel as well. Any branches going into the middle, and then thinned out the rest and trimmed back some of the longer shoots. Just try and keep this fruit tree compact. Um, yeah, it's looking much better shape now. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, just do a close-up, you'll be able to see some of the cuts I've made there, one there, and just trim back some of the branches there. Yeah, really happy with that. Let's see how it fruits this year. I have to remember to mulch it and feed it and keep it watered, and hopefully we can reap the rewards in November when the fruits ripen. Yeah, so look out for an eBay advert, Nikita's Gift. There should be plenty available. The fruit is beautiful. It's the size of an apple. One year I had about 20 fruit ripening. They were delicious and non-astringent as well. So Nikita's Gift, truly recommended. But this one was the Prairie Dawn cultivar. It was 15-20 feet high, full of fruit, but the only issue was that the fruit were smaller than a golf ball and astringent. So we didn't really like the fruit. So I decided to graft it with Nikita's Gift cultivar, taking a sign wood from that tree there. So in 2024, I did a bark inlay graft here. 3 grafts, 1, 2, and 3. This one fell straight away. Um, this one took, but then it did grow in summer 24, and then it grew about 5-6 feet. This was it had taken, but it was dormant. But it fell off. This sort of snapped in the high winds. So I learned my lesson there. I should have put a stake into the ground and tied it to that. So and then last year in 2025, this then grew in this one's place and grew really nicely. It grew. You can see here. This is just less than a third of the growth, and it went up another 4 or 5 feet. And I was a bit afraid that this graft will also snap off if we had some high winds, and so I cut them down to this size, and took some leaves off as well. Okay, so that's where we are now, and also there was a bud from the regional tree that came out as well here, and I've cut that to the same height as well. So what really needs to be done with this is thin this out to give each of the branches a bit more space. Otherwise, I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the Nikita's Gift plus the one Prairie Dawn branch here. they're just going to be way too crowded. And of course, you know, if you look at the base here, they're all coming, some of them are at the same level, which doesn't make for a very strong tree, really. I'm fortunate that I've got some branches coming off from the bottom there and here as well, so sort of stagger the branches, so that'll make the tree stronger. So now I have to decide which branches to cut off. Okay, so I think this one in the middle has to go, because simply it's just in the middle and it's running parallel with this. Do an assessment from this side. Yes, keeping this, I'm concerned that it'll compete with this prairie dawn, which I'm keeping. So I think what I'm thinking of doing is removing both of them. But I have to make a start somewhere. I will take out the inside, this one here, one that's growing on the inside. So I have my Octasan 103 secateurs here. It's been cleaned and it's been sanitized with alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, or rubbing alcohol. So let's see if I can do this on one hand. Get in there and take this off here. That's tough. Okay. Slowly but surely this will fall. Very difficult with one hand. Just one more go. There you go. I'll have to clean this up before I put the sealing compound on. Okay, so that looks good. Now, the secondary concern I had was this two are too close together. And I think what I'll do is I'll take this one down to this bud. It doesn't compete with this. Leave an outward facing bud there. This is outward facing. And then a sloped cut here. Okay. So soon we'll know if the sap is rising and I have an issue on my hands. If it is rising, then I may have to make some cuts underneath to release the sap. The prime objective being we need to heal this big wound up here at the top. So fingers crossed the sap isn't rising yet. Okay, so I think there's two more cuts I'll make. I think we'll get rid of this smaller, thinner branch that's at the same level as the others as well, and then also this one here that's coming out at the same level. This one here, let's see that. Maybe that's a better angle. Yeah. So this is just too close to this other branch here. So taking this one out. Okay, so let me just take out the small thin one first. This one. Yeah, this branch here. Okay. So get in there again, and just cut it off near the crown. That's a better angle there. Yeah, it's gone. And then the last cut is going to be, you can see this branch here is competing with this one, and that's not really good. Okay, let's do that. Just going to go around. Okay, so it's this one here that I'm removing. I'll do it from the bottom here. That was pretty straightforward. So the angle is on the wrong side, so I'm just going to do another cut here. I think that'll be fine. I'll check in just about 10-15 minutes time if the sap is rising. If it's not, then I'll just seal it with the sealing compound. Okay, so that looks to me much better placed than before. You have an open vase type center structure there. Not too many. They're not competing really with each other. They're still Maybe the only concern is this prairie dawn branch here, but I'm going to leave that this year and see what happens. But apart from that, I'm really happy. I've got branches at different levels. I've got two here at the same level. That's fine. But this is at a different height, and so is this. This is the same height as this one, but I think I'm okay with that. So I think that's the job done for now. And I'll check for the sap rising in a few minutes. So it's been about 20 minutes. I'm just coming back to the prairie dawn tree, which is being turned into Nikita's gift, and let's see if the sap has been rising. So yeah, no sign of any sap here. Water totally dry, so that's going to heal very nicely. I shouldn't have touched it, but I'm going to actually cut that off again, and then I'll apply some sealing compound onto it. But yeah, happy with that structure for this year. Let's see how that goes. Thanks for watching.